Hello, everyone. Eric Wilburn once again. In this section, I'd like to speak about the calendar scheduling and due date management in Moodle. So, details of course calendar schedule and due date management in the Moodle learning management system are as follows. To simply use the calendar in Moodle, you can click on a month in the calendar to get an expanded month view. In the calendar view, click the new event button. On a new event page, select the type of the event. A user event will only be visible by the user currently logged in, for example, the one creating the event. A group event will be visible to a particular group on the course, chosen from a drop down list. Group events will display a group icon in the calendar block, and in the event page, the name of the group will be visible next to the event title. A course event will be visible to participants on the course in question. Only users with the capability to manage calendar entries at the course level can add course events. A side event is a global event, visible in every course and on the calendar on the home page. Only users with the capability to manage calendar entries at the system level can add these side events. Set the event properties, click Save Changes. The different types of events can be visually filtered. For example, you as a teacher or instructor wanted to hide group event dates, events assigned to learner groups you create, click Group Events on the bottom of the calendar. This would hide all group events and the color code would disappear from the link on the calendar. To show the events again, click the Group Events link again. This can make the calendar easier to read, especially if there are multiple events currently on the calendar. Calendar block showing an event with a duration of 3 days, for example. Calendar export. Moodle allows users to export calendars so they may be imported into other calendar programs as a backup or a reference point or to create a copy. The Moodle export process creates an ICS file. There are two ways to create the ICS file: creating an ICS file for immediate downloading to a computer, or creating a URL link that will create a defined calendar from link without actually logging on to the site. Secondly, at the bottom of the calendar page, you will see the export calendar and iCal links. iCal quick link. For this type of link, click on the iCal link at the bottom of the Moodle calendar to show a opening iCal export ICS pop-up window. Here you can save the file to your local computer or open it with Microsoft Outlook. You cannot select individual items to include in the exported file with iCal. All events will be included. And then the export options for an ICS file are to click on the Export Calendar button at the bottom of the calendar. This will bring you to the export page with the options, as shown in the illustration. You can also import Moodle Calendar into other calendars. For example, you can import the Moodle Calendar into Mozilla Thunderbird Lightning. You can do this by entering the calendar mode by clicking the calendar icon at the bottom right of the client. You click the calendar import, then locate exported iCal file. Note, changing an event in Thunderbird Lightning will not change the event in a Moodle calendar as well. You must do that yourself. You can also import Moodle Calendar into Outlook. If you use An Outlook 2007 calendar, for example, you have your Moodle calendar events overlaid on top or placed side by side by following these steps. Go to the calendar view in your Moodle install and find the orange iCal button at the bottom and right-click it. Choosing Copy Link Location, this link will permanently subscribe to the calendar events for the currently logged in user. Open Outlook 2007 and go to Tools, Account Settings, Internet Calendars, New. Paste in the address you copied from Moodle. Click OK and close. You should now see another calendar available on the left-hand calendar bar underneath My Calendars. Enable this and Outlook will update the calendar every time it opens. Right-click on the tabs to choose between side-by-side mode and overlay mode. So this is an example of importing the Moodle calendar into Outlook. You can also, for example, include Google into the mix and import a calendar and import the Moodle calendar into Google. After pressing the Export Calendar button at the bottom of the calendar page, select the events and timeframes you wish. Get the URL address button will create a URL address. In Google's Calendars, Other Calendars menu, choose Add by URL and supply the URL generated in the process described above. The version of the Google Calendar will update whenever the changes are made in the source Moodle calendar, including new, changed, or deleted events, although it may take several hours for the changes to appear. These are just advanced examples of importing and exporting calendars to or fro Moodle. In the calendar list format, the calendar displays event lists one day at a time. There is no capacity to display a list of all site or course events over an extended period. The dates for daylight saving need to be changed each year to match your location. That's very important. And here is just a brief summary process, for example, of creating a connection to a Moodle database in Windows environment. I've listed the lingo here for doing that in an illustration that's relevant to an event. Calendar navigation. There is no simple way to jump to a specific month in the year other than directly edit the URL variable. So there's no simple way to do this in Moodle. To display current day events, you can use the following link. Here's an illustration of events listed on a calendar in the Moodle Learning Management System. Due date management. Due dates vary a little depending on the type of activity you are referring to. For example, quizzes, assignments, etc. For quizzes, look at timing, then close the quiz date, automatically put in the Moodle calendar for students, and students cannot take a quiz after that date. For assignments, you can view them at availability. There is a due date and an ultimate date. When grading assignments, those that would be submitted after the due date are tagged as late. There's a cutoff date, which means students cannot submit their assignment after that date. For forums, look at ratings. There is a restrict ratings forum and a restrict ratings to set of dates. Neither of these are put into the calendar. There is a Moodle users group project proposal that is attempting to address dates. Moodle also has a dashboard upcoming events, and other features that are connected to dates. Restrict access also can be set for assignments and quizzes. Keep this in mind. On the course page, add an assignment or resource and choose assignment. At the bottom of the assignment page, you can set the availability. If the cutoff date isn't enabled, then the assignment will accept late submissions indefinitely. Using the scheduler in Moodle. If your class uses Moodle regularly, the scheduler plugin is very useful for setting up appointments with students in your class, either individually or in groups. How to add the scheduler. You got to edit settings, turn editing on, you add an activity or resource. You can give the meeting a name. There are scheduler options. You can enter role name of the teacher, when the students can register, if you can book the event in groups, time slot, any additional notifications, notes on appointments. You can have repeated slots. You can have multiple slots that are repeated. And again, you have the duration, time range, days you want to add the assignment on. Any additional student input. The student has an opportunity to input on this booking forward and schedule. And then lastly, you have a student view of the scheduler. So here is a summarization of the calendar's use in Moodle Learning Management System, as well as combining efforts with due date management and the schedule. In my opinion, this calendar features are a little more complex than other learning management systems, but I'm sure we will get into that in another task. Thank you for watching.